Stella has got a beautiful voice. She sings beautifully. Lena is a fantastic ballet dancer. She dances ballet fantastically. What's the video about? Not about Stella and Lena, but it's about adjectives and adverbs. When do you use an adjective? When do you use an adverb? And what else is important about this topic? Nice to see you. Here we go. First of all, let's talk about the structure. What's important to know when we are talking about adjectives? An adjective describes a person or a thing. It comes before a noun or in short sentences with be. You can ask, how is someone or something? In German, wie ist jemand oder etwas? Zum Beispiel auch ein Zustand. For example, Sarah is a good singer. Good describes the noun singer. Tessa is a fantastic dancer. Fantastic describes dancer. Short sentence with be is Laura is nice. Next, let's talk about adverbs. The structure of adverbs. When do you use an adverb and how do you form them? Let's go. An adverb describes how someone does something or how an action happens. An adverb can describe a verb, an adjective or an entire, a complete sentence. You can ask, how is something done? Wie wird etwas gemacht? Eine Handlung. You can recognize usually adverbs by adding ly to the adjective as an ending. Fantastically, beautifully, greatly, nicely, and so on. Whenever you see ly at the end of an adjective, it's most likely an adverb. For example, Clara sang beautifully. Beautifully describes the verb sang. Another example is Paula can draw fantastically. Watch out for the writing. So, these two adverbs describe verbs. And here you can see already the arrow. They were really happy. What does really happy describe? Happy is an adjective. So, an adverb can also describe an adjective. Anna and Tim danced extremely slowly. Slow waltz, slow fox, for example, as they were so deeply in love. So extremely describes another adverb. And unfortunately, the adverb is at the beginning of the sentence. She didn't see him. In this sentence, as I mentioned before, the adverb, unfortunately, describes the whole sentence. Now you know what an adjective is and you know what an adverb is. However, watch out, there are some special things to think about. Writing happy, happily. Fantastic, fantastically. The writing is different. Careful, here we have a double L, carefully. And irregular form, good, it's not goodly, it's well. And there are some hard adjective adverbs. I would learn them by heart because they're most likely taken by the teachers for some tests or exams. Hard stays hard. Hart oder schwer. Hard becomes hardly, then the sense is different. Kaum. Late stays late in the sense of spät. Late turns into lately when you want to say vor kurzem, in letzter Zeit. Near stays near, nahe. and near turns into nearly, then it means beinahe. He stood near the lake and nearly fell into it. Stand nahe des Sees und fiel beinahe hinein. Lately, he came home late. Vor kurzem kam spät nach Hause. There's a difference in meaning. It depends on what you want to say. Now let's talk about comparisons. If you want to compare people or things with each other, you will need intensifiers. Adjectives with one syllable and adjectives ending in y are intensified with the ending er or est. Adjectives with two or more syllables are intensified by putting more or the most in front of them. If you want to say that something is becoming less, use less and the least. If you want to intensify adjectives, you have to decide if it's a short adjective, quick, quicker, the quickest, est, with one syllable or ending with y, happy, happier, happier, the happiest, or if it's a long adjective, then you intensify it with more famous, the most famous, or famous, less famous, the least famous, if it's getting less. More examples. Good, better, the best. Bad, worse, the worst. Not better and the baddest. Bad, worse, the worst. Little, less, the least. Easy, easier, the easiest. Cheap, cheaper, the cheapest. Irregular forms and very short adjectives. Now longer adjectives, as I said before, famous, more famous, the most famous. And it's getting less exciting, less exciting, the least exciting. If I were you, I would learn these exceptions or differences in writing by heart. If you want to compare people or things with each other, you can. For example, use a construction with than. Tom is older than Lisa. Or you can use a construction with not as blah 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 as. An as cannot stand alone. If you use the construction with as, there is always an as before the adjective and an as after the adjective. Lupita is taller than Juliana. Hannah is more famous than her boyfriend. Mona is as tall as Steffi. Helga is not as good in PE as Amelie. Summary. This video was about adjectives and adverbs, a revision. An adjective describes a person or a thing. An adverb describes, for example, another verb, another adjective, another adverb, or a complete sentence. There are differences in intensifying adjectives. There are short adjectives, quick, quicker, the quickest, that are intensified with er, est, and there are longer adjectives that are intensified with more, the most, less, the least. And there are some hard ones like late, lately, or late, late, near, nearly, or near, near, hard, hardly, or hard, hard. There is always a difference in meaning and you have to watch out for what you want to say. Then there are comparisons. You can compare things, persons with than. Tom is older than Tim. Or you can use an as construction. Steffi isn't as old as Laura. Das war's. Wenn dir das Video gefallen hat, Daumen hoch. Wenn du sagst, schwierig, Daumen nach unten, wusste ich schon alles. Ansonsten sage es allen weiter, lass gern einen Kommentar da. Noch mehr freue ich mich über ein Abo des Kanals. Übungen findest du wie gewohnt auf www.grammarbox.de. Noch mehr Übungen im English Grammar Workbook. Ein Video dazu findest du oben angepinnt und auch unten in der Videobeschreibung. Ansonsten sehen wir uns gerne im nächsten Video. Danke fürs Zusehen, bis zum nächsten Mal und ciao for now.